KBER 101, Utah's rock station. It's time for Sports with DP. Do we call it Sports with DP or DP Sports?
DP Sports?
DP Sports. Let's call it DP
It's technically Sports with DP.
It's time for DP Sports, Sports with DP.
You covered both bases that way.
It's brought to you by Sage Trucking. If you're looking for not just a job, but a career that you and your family are going to truly love, start your career off at Sage.
Yeah, right now you can get your CDL, the class, what is it? What class? Class A, Class B. They've got all the classes, evening classes too. See, I tied it.
That's really good.
Yeah, right in Sandy. But the cool thing is you're going to be learning in the vehicles, the trucks that you're going to be driving. How cool is that?
You know what I think's cool, dude?
What?
Is the relationships that Sage has with those companies.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the cool thing about it is you get lifetime job placement. So they already know these companies. They're going to find you a job. And then for some reason, if that one doesn't work out, they find you a job somewhere else because it's lifetime job placement. So before we get to DP Sports, let me just give you the number, 877-SAGE-211 or sageschools.com.
Sage, S-A-G-E?
S-A-G-E schools.com.
And let's check in with DP for sports. I'll tell you what, DP, Cards strike first in L.A., man.
Well, it struck here in D.C. I'm actually in the parking lot just leaving.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Park, so I just got to watch the end of that.
That was a close game. 3-2 it ended?
3-2 finish, and, good baseball. I mean, you're playing the Giants and, of course, the Dodgers and Cards having at it. And out here, the Orioles Magic hit effect earlier today, so Major League Baseball is in full effect.
Yeah, I love this time of year for baseball, man.
No kidding. I don't really There's nothing better.
I don't watch a lot of baseball through the year. I mean, I occasionally pop on games here and there, but boy, we get to the playoffs. It sure is cool, man.
Yeah, very cool.
This is a good year, and understand that this year, because there's no star story is gone. Jeter retired, so that thing is gone, and now it's the rebirth and refocus on a bunch of new stars.
Yep.
Guys like Kershaw get to be seen. You get to see the Cardinals pitching staff, the Nationals pitching staff. You get to see the Giants who have won 2 out of 4. You get to see the new Orioles. You get to see this is if you love pure baseball, this is a really good time for Major League Sports.
I wish I was a supermodel so I could be getting busy with Derek Jeter right now.
or Justin Verlander, there's several baseball players that have scored models.
Yeah, that's right, man. Or I wish I was George Clooney. Then I'd be so busy trying to figure out what I've gotten myself into. If you were George Clooney, I would not be here. That would be a different party altogether. I mean, you think about the games; they can be so drawn out, monotonous, and feature very little action, just like what comes with a marriage.
Oh,
wow! Your wife is nowhere near the radio, is she?
Yeah, I think she is actually, and I'm in trouble now.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a.
Okay, Mick, just remember what the NFL is telling you: domestic abuse should be reported immediately. So if she starts to beat your wife at home, you know who to call, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, now, of course, football also in full swing. Now, and I guess we've talked about it a little bit, but the whole brain injury thing is really, I don't know. I'm getting to a point now where if I had a kid who was ready to that age, I don't think I would let him play football. Is football? And I look at it and I say, is football gonna end the way we know football? Will it end soon?
No, because I think what has happened. Look, we're smarter about it now than we've ever been. We're more aware of it now. There's more rules about it now.
3 kids died this week.
Than ever before.
Yeah, and with that, 3 kids have died this week.
Well, but look, the organizations have put it. There's heads-up training that's mandatory training for any coach that coaches at any level in the United States. Now, again, whether humans and adults who are supposed to be responsible actually follow through on it, and the parents who see and witness that these coaches aren't doing this, get on these folks about it. Every coach in America through USA Football is mandatory awareness of concussion training, how to tackle properly, how to stay out of those situations. And it's only a few knuckleheads that decide they're not going to follow through on it, they're not going to teach it, they're not going to monitor it. And that's the problem. At least now, You're aware. It's being taught. Whether everybody's doing it or not, that's on the powers that be.
Well, then how can I, as just a casual watcher of a game, know that a guy playing for the Michigan Wolverines had a concussion and needed to come out, but his coach didn't get that?
Well, that's a guy that's coaching based out of fear of losing his job, and that he feels like he needs to win more than he needs to protect the kids. One of my coaching mantras is you never choose the game over the young person.
And that's the part that scares me.
But according to what I'm told, I'm a rare breed.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, thank goodness, and hopefully there's more of you, because I keep looking at it going, man, where is this going? There's
no excuse, for especially the University of Michigan with training stats that they have, for that to ever happen. There's just something. It makes no sense for that to happen. No coach should allow it. No trainer should allow it.
I think they're going to start getting real serious about this too, like handing down fines.
What will happen is that they'll start to suspend coaches who allow that stuff to happen, and the programs will get fined.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I don't want to hear another story of a high schooler or anyone else dying. I mean, NFL player, whatever. It's just like, really, this is bad.
There's no need for it. And again, what happens is that there are a few bad eggs who are still Neanderthal knuckle dragging that, hey, tough it out. Hey, I need you in there for my own egotistical purpose, my own selfish reasons. Those coaches will get weeded out. It's started to happen already. Even at the lower levels, people are starting to weed out the guys that don't protect the players at all costs, let alone any cost.
Yeah. Last night, Oregon loses to Arizona. Great game plan by Arizona going in there. They looked really good. It was a pretty defensive struggle for the most part.
Well, I mean, look, that one is that shook everything that everybody knew to be true.
Right.
That the Heisman Trophy winner, when Mariota struggled, and he struggled. He actually struggled.
Yeah.
But he's a victim to a team around him that isn't as good as they were a year ago.
Yeah.
It cost them. You played an Arizona team that schemed well. They played above their heads. When a number 2 team loses early in the season at home, now mind you, the powers that be are going to find a way for the Oregon Ducks to be back in the discussion by the time we get to December.
Yeah.
They're going to find a way. But Mariota, if the NFL draft were held tomorrow, he would still be the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
No matter how the thing plays out, I think he's a top guy. But if you're in for a playoff system, this opens the door for, let's see, BYU, if they can run the tape.
Well, BYU ranked number 18 right now, taking on Utah State. The game is 6:15, so in about 40 or 35 minutes from right now, that kickoff happens in BYU. And if there's one team that can slide through the door with BYU, I think it's Utah State.
Oh, come on.
I really do.
Well, there's no fear and there's no unknown. Utah State knows what BYU runs. They know they scheme against it. They see it all the time. They know the athletes.
Yep.
They know the history. So there's no mystique. There's no BYU mystique when it comes to Utah State, especially since you've won against them in recent history. So they're familiar with Provo. They're familiar with Lavelle Edwards Stadium. I think that it'll be competitive for 2.5, 3 quarters, and then BYU will find a way late to
I think the only unknown will be as if the backup quarterback for Utah State can get him, can rally him anywhere. Because without Chucky, it's going to be different.
Well, and Tyson is getting so much press now. They're saying he's number 4 on the Heisman watch list.
I don't know who's saying that. Nobody that I know that's voting has him that high. I understand. I think by the end of the year, if they run the table, then he will get all of the credit. Forget about most of the credit. He'll get all of the credit for them running the table. He may be, again, he'll go as BYU goes. If BYU runs the table, goes undefeated, and plays in the playoff system, yeah, he'll get votes and may even be a threat because his numbers will be Tebow-esque, and there's a point of reference for you.
Yeah.
When I was watching Oregon last night, I kept thinking about BYU. If BYU would have been there last night, BYU could have won that game, and they could have been looking that much better today.
I don't know that BYU would have beaten Arizona, so there's that.
True.
There's that.
Now,
I don't think
go to
BYU would have beat anybody in that building last night.
Go to the next tough game. this Saturday, UCLA, Utah.
Are you guys giddy over this?
Yeah, up until last week.
Yeah.
And it kind of changed things.
Here's again, take Arizona and Oregon, and look at what happened, right?
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback at home with a team that he just had the game of his career a week ago. So what happens after you play lights out and have the game of your career? You come back to earth. You have a letdown. And this is a letdown game for UCLA and Mr. Huntley. I think Utah's in the right place, right spot to actually pull this one off.
Yeah,
wow.
Because they're going to go, boy, we had our heads so far up our butts, and then they pull it out this weekend, and everybody goes, oh, my God, who was that Utah team?
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?